are listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, hosted by Steve Jenny and his satanic assistant, Alex Houdini, both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting.
That it is, boys and girls. Welcome to Nocturnal Frequency Radio. It's holding steady, Alex.
Is it?
It's holding steady. Oh man.
For those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
that could mean a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah. Then that could come crashing down on us tonight. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyways, we're here. We're here for those of you listening to the show on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course watching us here on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Oh, the crash is beginning. The crash is beginning. Yeah, it's good. There it goes.
It's happening.
You see it?
No, you still look fine on my end.
Oh man, the net is unstable. It's driving me nuts. Hey Jared, how are you? Good to see you. Doing good. How about yourself? Yeah, well, except for the net. My end is, I don't know.
Yeah, your image is starting to go fuzzy.
Yeah. It's yeah, I think my modem's fucked. So, guys, it might get a little fuzzy tonight. Kind of sucks.
Yeah. Hopefully you won't lose us, but there's a possibility of that too.
There is a possibility. It's very, very unusual. It's very unusual. Very unusual.
Problem is Steve didn't feed the gerbils before going on live.
The gerbils.
Yeah.
The gerbils. Oh. Yeah, so anyways, we figured we'd do something a little different tonight. Dive into a kind of like a mystery sort of thing. Something that's highly unusual.
There isn't a whole bunch of stuff on this though. Aside from the actual case.
The actual case.
Paranormal.
Well, apparently there's a curse. And if you look into the Grand Theatre in London, one of the theaters that Ambrose Small owned.
Yeah.
There is, if you look at some of the theories as to where he may be, or he might be buried in one of his theaters, and the one theater, it's possible, I guess, and that's the London Grand Theatre. And if that's a fact, we don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows where Ambrose Small disappeared to, other than he disappeared without his fortune. And we'll get more into Ambrose Small. But we did years ago. We were able to investigate the Grand Theatre twice, and the first time we did, upon leaving, a very strange thing happened.
What happened?
I'll get into that later. It was the mystique.
We're keeping people in suspense.
Yeah. So I mean, it was life threatening, to be honest.
Oh,
what happened?
Interesting.
It was life. I will be pretty grim about it, because it was grim. It was pretty life threatening. Let's just say, well, I nearly saw my life flash before my eyes. It was that brutal. It was pretty fucked up.
Terry seems to know what happened to Ambrose.
Yeah. Well, there's all sorts of theories. I mean,
Yeah.
apparently he was chopped up into several different pieces. And
Yeah.
he's a part of the theater foundation.
Yeah.
The Grand Theater in London is one of the theories.
Some think his wife did it. Some think his what's that guy's name now? I forgot.
Well, they basically started a another full investigation. The OPP
Yeah, that was
years later.
yeah.
And one of their conclusions were that his wife had something to do with his death.
Well, she was a strong suspect.
Yeah, a strong suspect.
Because at the time, the Toronto police didn't even consider her as a suspect.
No. So I mean, yeah. And again, we'll get into more of that in a bit. So I just finalized for us June 1st. Our good friend, the rock and roll ghost hunter Keith Age is going to be joining us.
Oh yeah, awesome.
He's
It's been a while.
he's been a busy guy with his bourbon spirits production.
Yeah.
So he's going to be joining us on June 1st. And of course we've got Jamie and Jen, a couple of really awesome, really nice Bigfoot researchers coming on the show on the 25th of May. I believe it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's.
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
Yeah, May 25th. There is no show on the 18th. That's a long weekend here, right?
That's right.
Victoria Day long weekend.
Yep.
So we probably won't be broadcasting a show. So we got next week, the 11th. We got the 25th, the 1st, and then the 8th is
That'll
our
be it for the summer or for the season.
our season finale on the 8th.
And then we do the triple X-rated versions throughout the summer.
Yeah, the triple X.
Yeah.
And I really do think there's probably going to be Hey,
Gil's
Black
on.
Cat Report. How are you, Gil? Probably a major difference when we come back in September.
Yeah. I'll be doing the shows in my leopard skin outfit.
So there's probably going to be a huge difference, I think. I think the direction of the show might be a little different.
Interesting. Even I don't know about this.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
We had a discussion.
Yeah. Terry
Let's
suggested doing a summer barbecue.
Well, it's quite possible, but we definitely will be having a gathering probably in September, Terry. So
Yeah.
we'll let everybody know about that. But we'll probably have a gathering in early to sometime in September.
Yeah.
To celebrate Southern Ontario Paranormal Society's 20th anniversary and Nocturnal Frequency Radio. A gathering for you all. We are located
in Southern Ontario, Canada.
Yes, just north of the border, just north of the 49th parallel.
That's right. That imaginary line.
Yeah, just but yeah, so I mean, if you feel like traveling, if you want to come on up, you guys are more than welcome to join us.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, I love Florida, man. I don't know how many times I've been to Florida. I miss Florida. It's actually, I think, 2019? Was it 2019? No. It was last year.
Did you go last year?
Did I go last year? No, I didn't go last year. Yeah, I did go last year.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah,
Been there
yeah.
enough times. He doesn't
No, no,
remember.
no. It was 2 years ago. I went to my niece was in she was in a one of those dance things in Orlando,
Mm.
competition, dance competition in Orlando. So we were in Orlando, but we were staying in St. Pete's. I prefer to stay over there. I'm not a big fan of Orlando. Whereabouts in Florida are you, Jared? Hey, Bud Files, how are you? Yeah, no, I miss Florida.
St.
Oh
Pete's.
yeah, you're in St. Pete's. Awesome, man. We were. I'm just trying to think exactly where the homestead was. My father-in-law had a place there in St. Pete's. Where? Just trying to think of something. Where exactly it was. I'd have to look at the map again. Fuck, I'm bad with directions. But yeah, I was in St. Pete's.
Thank God for GPS then,
Yeah, fucking. I love St. Pete's is nice.
eh?
Look, you know, fucking. I love the Gulf Coast. I'm a big Gulf Coast fan. All up and down the Gulf Coast, it's really nice. So, but and I'm a big craft beer fan too. So I was always down in there for the craft beer festivals, the beer weeks and shit like that, and yeah, yeah, all that fun stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, so anyways, September.
Yeah.
September, we will, like I said, I'm looking at the extent of this and how big it's going to be, and who will, where it's going to be,
Yeah.
date, time, all that fun stuff. But hopefully, probably get it weeded out by probably no later than next month. But I might even do a lot of it this month. Give or take. Oh, here we go.
The
Here we go.
planning,
The
you mean?
crash.
Oh.
Yeah, the planning. Am I starting to go all fuzzy?
Yeah, you keep going in and out. Yeah, now you're
Yeah,
blurry. Yeah, it's going in and out.
yeah. I think my the modem's fucked. The modem is just screwed. So sorry about that, guys. That's the modem,
Yeah.
and I think it's time for a replacement. It honestly, it just started acting up. It's really weird because I had no problems with it, and then, like I said, I was telling you last night you know it was erratic, and then of course just in time for the show,
Of course.
right?
It's always like that.
Hey Keith, how are you? Sorry about the quality. My modem's fucked. Yeah, I'm looking
Your
at
what's
it now.
fucked?
It's fucked. Modem. The router's fucked. You can tell it's fucked.
There's a ghost in the machine. Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's a ghost in the machine.
That or Steve forgot
Was
to
on
take his
earlier.
finger out.
I'm sure the Canadians had really same issue, eh?
Who?
He was saying Neil was saying he was on alive earlier, and other Canadians were having same issue.
I'm not having an issue.
Mm. Yeah, but who are you with?
Rogers.
I'm with stupid Bell.
So I guess Bell's having an issue then.
It's not. No, I think it's the modem
Mm.
because everything else is like the Wi-Fi is fine.
Wi-Fi doesn't matter. That's more of
Huh?
a local thing.
Well, that's what I mean. The Wi-Fi is fine on this. Okay, so now it's okay now. But
Like, are you saying that you can go on your Wi-Fi, like your phone on the Wi-Fi and it
like
works?
I've got like my IPTV is fine.
Right. Okay.
I don't have any issues with that. It's for some odd reason it's this modem,
Mm.
the Ethernet to the modem itself's fucked.
Mm.
I can tell it's got a red light, meaning it's fucked. So let me just check here. So yeah, because I've been checking for any outages and issues and that nothing's coming up. So it
You're
has
with
to be.
you're with 5, right?
Yeah, but there's no 5 in this area yet.
Oh, so then who are you
Which,
with?
which is another fucking
You
Bell.
said you're with
It's
Bell.
Bell. It's Bell. Yeah, but there's no. It's not 5 yet. They haven't got the
Oh,
fiber
okay, okay,
optics
okay.
installed yet. It's still copper.
Mm,
So the max speed is 100 megs per second, right? Is the max,
right.
right? If I was able to, if we had the 5, which I can't fucking believe hasn't been installed yet here, it's a joke. Would be up to
They just
150.
installed it in my area a year ago.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you think about it. It's fucking Bolton you're in, right? Fucking here, you think it would have been done by now.
No, I mean, here's the funny thing. So at our old house where we were
Yeah.
before we moved to the current one,
Mhm.
they were just finishing the install of 5 as we were selling our house.
Really?
Yeah, my wife's cousin who lived maybe a 5-minute drive, not even. Like you remember where my old house was, right?
Yeah.
You've been there once. There's that main street that you come off of Highway 50. It's called Queensgate. They were on the north side of the Queensgate. We were on the south side of Queensgate.
Yeah.
They had 5 for years. We just got ours installed when we were selling a house. Right? That's how stupid it is. Like literally across the street, practically. They had it. They've had it for a number of years, and they just got it at our old location about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how they planned that shit out, but it's fucking dumb.
It is, and this is so fucking annoying, man. Honestly, I fucking upgraded everything, and again, fucking shit problems with the internet. Honestly, it is so
I just
fucking
don't
annoying.
think the company is like Burlington.
Well, I keep saying I'm going to go somewhere else, but then I go with, when I think of IPTV, I don't have any
Right.
issues with. We can't get Rogers here, right?
They don't have Rogers there? Oh, yeah, you guys got
No,
Kojiko, right?
Kojiko,
Yeah.
they're a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
They're even worse than fucking Bell. But if I was to go with Kojiko, I could get fiber optic internet.
Yeah.
But then then that means fuck IPTV because they're fucking bitches with that shit, man.
What? Xena went to Nova Scotia for better internet. What?
Yeah, Cena moved out to Nova Scotia.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So Terry was making fun of it because she was in Hamilton, right?
Right.
And of course, here we go. Yeah. See, it was okay, and not now. Fucking, again, I apologize for the quality, guys. Like I said, my modem is fucked, and this is
Okay, as
just
long as the audio is fine. Who cares if they can't see you?
Perfect. Yeah, I know, but it's annoying. I know.
I know.
I'm. It drives me nuts. So I know it's probably driving.
Just squint your
people
eyes when you're
nuts.
looking at Steve. You'll find him.
All right. It's so fucking annoying.
Mm,
Oh, drives me nuts. But
just turn your video feed off. Might help.
yeah. You mean downgrade the video to like 780 or whatever?
No, just turn your camera off.
Probably won't help. Let's watch.
Terry says, I like him blurry. Not as hard
See?
to look at.
There we go. Look at that. Look, you can see me talking to those. No.
Yeah, there you go.
He likes me blurry. Hold on. Let's see. It doesn't make a difference.
You never know.
You never know. Hold on. Yeah, so you just see a blurry symbol. That's all you see, right?
No, the symbol's fine.
Yeah, the symbol's fine. Exactly. Because everything is fine now. Now it's fine. But anyways, enough of that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, we got the Rock and Roll Ghost Hunter coming on June 1st. Keith H. and he's happier than a pig in shit because I was able to find he was looking for, I don't know if you probably don't remember. I remember when I was a kid. There was this banana peanut butter spread called Kugel. And it was so fucking good. So good. Anyhow,
I was
they
never a
only
fan of peanut butter anyway, so I would never
no.
look at
Well,
that stuff.
they had a cinnamon spread too.
Oh, nice.
And the cinnamon spread's good too, but it was only out for, I think Kraft owned it, and it was only like a couple years that it was out, and then they got rid of it. So now, Keith sent me a message a few days ago, and he's like, "Hey, no, Kugel here, not Kugel." Anyways,
Cooter. I just saw that.
I know, Cooter, and he's like, "Hey, man, can you?" I know this is in your neck of the woods, and these guys make this this banana peanut butter spread. And I was wondering if you're able to find this, and it's our compliments, Sobeys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, fuck yeah, no problem. I got a Sobeys down the road. Go take a look, and I was able to find it for him. So I picked him up a jar. Sent it to him. It spent like literally a whole fucking day in customs there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna confiscate it. It's not gonna get there. They're gonna confiscate fucking banana peanut butter spread.
I would think
But
something like
anyways.
that would be available down in the US.
They probably have something, but I guess not in his area or whatever. But somebody had posted something in a group he was in that they had bought this stuff, and it reminded them of Kugel, right? Of this, and I'm like, yeah, fuck, I remember that shit. I didn't buy one for myself. I don't eat that shit that much. I don't eat that stuff much anymore anyway. So if anything, if I wanted to, I'd just fucking, just cut up some bananas and put it in with the peanut butter.
Yeah, exactly.
But whatever.
It's a little bit healthier than whatever they put in that shit.
It's only banana powder. I was looking at the ingredients. It's banana powder that they use for the taste. I don't know, whatever. But corn relish is hard to corn relish is hard to find everywhere now. Anywhere. It's a hey Adam, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. Corn relish is hard to find. Yeah, that's another one. Really hard. Excuse me. That's when you literally just cook make some corn on the cob and put it in with your relish.
Why is the relish brown?
The relish brown. So as I was telling you, there's some really fucked up anomalies going on YouTube. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed it. Mixed with the cooter. But I mean, I don't know what's going on. The trolls are in full effect.
Full swing. Yeah, they're full swing.
As we used to like to call them, the goblins. Or sorry, the goblins. Right?
Yeah.
We say the goblins.
Yeah.
The goblins, yeah.
The BTR goblins.
The BTR goblins are in full effect. The YT goblins are in full effect.
Yeah, we used to get that a lot on Block Talk.
Some strange anomalies. The bots are in high effect. I don't know, some fucking weird shit.
Our channel on YouTube's not that popular yet.
Yeah, but neither was either the other two channels that I was watching. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Like literally 300
freaks.
Yeah, lots of Jesus freaks. Yeah, like literally 300 subscribers, 400 subscribers in a matter of 2 hours.
Hmm.
It's like, what the fuck? And then the I don't know, Neil, if you were watching that last night, Danny's live there, 500 subs, and they couldn't the only way I can explain it is probably it was in the browser, the main browser when you go on YouTube. And if something goes on the main browser of YouTube, you get it directs a lot of people to
Dude, that happened. You remember when we had when BBM was still around and had the channel,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So for the longest time, like getting subscribers to that channel took a while, right?
Yeah.
It grew,
Mhm.
but it grew very slow. And then one day it got featured, and like the subscriber base just blew up
Yep.
overnight almost. You know, so that could be one of the like you were saying, that could be one of the reasons, right? It could have been pushed out to a lot of people, and they just garnered all those subscribers.
Mhm. Yeah, no, yeah, you can pay YouTube. Yeah, I know that, but he wasn't paying YouTube. He didn't pay YouTube, neither him or Joe's live earlier. The guy had like I don't think he has more than maybe 30 or 40 live, viewers at one time on a live, and literally I popped in there just because it was live. He had 1,900 fucking live viewers.
Hmm.
I'm like, but nobody's in chat. I mean,
Right.
I think a few people came in chat and they were insulting him.
Really?
Yeah. Before I got in there, but apparently there was a few people getting in there and insulting him. But I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, But
Yeah.
that's par for the course, right? I don't know. It's fucked up. It is mad. It's beyond crazy how fucked up it is right now. And I don't know. Hey Sab, how are you? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's really fucked up. But yeah, like I said, it just well, if it follows the money, I don't know why it's following Joe. I really don't know why. No
Maybe
offense to
someone made a
Joe, but
donation on his part.
maybe. But I don't know. It was weird. It was crazy. It was just absolutely insane. Audio stories on YouTube. Yeah. Well, yeah. There's so much AI on YouTube, period. Anywhere, and any social media. Hey, Dave, how are you? I hope you're doing better, buddy. I know you were in the hospital there for a bit. Hopefully, you're doing well. Danny, talking. We were just talking about your the craziness with your live last night, and the subscribers. Excuse me, going nuts with the subscribers. Holy crap! And then I was watching. I was telling the guys, watching Joe's live earlier and him having almost 2,000 live viewers. I'm like, what's going on here? uh, there goes the net again. My net is so uncrazy. Yeah, it was up to 906. And what did you start the night off at, Danny? It was like 500 and something, wasn't it? 500 and something. Hey, Liam, how are you? Liam says he had four. Hey, Liam, he had 4K viewers at one point. And he started off at 528. Danny started off at 528, and it was up to 906 at one point. That's insane. That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah, something is going on with YouTube. definitely. I don't know. It's a mystery. And once again, I apologize for my quality right now, guys. Like I said, my modem is fucked. So the video quality is horrible with me. I don't know about Alex. I don't know what Alex's excuse is.
Oh, it's just dirty lens.
Dirty lens. Oh man, like I'm so pixelated. I feel like I'm in the movie Pixelated,
Yeah.
or whatever the hell it is. Oh man, talking about fucked up. Yeah, just in time for the show too, this evening, and it's just really annoying. It really is. It's absolutely. But hey, what are you gonna do? So, anyways, we're gonna chat about Ambrose Small and how he mysteriously disappeared. And
Thin air.
just yeah, well, okay. So this guy was what was he born? He was born in just outside Alliston, Ontario. And
Was
hey,
it?
Stephen, how
Okay.
are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, just outside Alliston, Ontario.
Mhm.
And literally, the guy, he wasn't born into a rich family or anything. The guy, he grew up, he became a very, very confident person and very, very smart business-like man. To the point where he joined, like literally climbed the ranks of the what is it,
Theater.
the Grand Opera Theater in Toronto.
Well, he owned like what, 6 or 7 of them?
Well, he started off with that, and then all of a sudden he started putting in his the money he was earning into stocks in a lot of these theaters, and then outright buying them,
Mhm.
and literally across Ontario. And of course the two big theaters that he had was the Grand Opera House in Toronto and the
Mhm.
Grand Theater in London, Ontario. And I've been in the Grand Theater in London, Ontario a couple times for an investigation. I'm telling you, man, that place is crazy. It's
I've
crazy.
never been there.
It is just fucking insane. Um, what I can do, okay, hold on. I do have some footage. I could show you guys the interior of it. And let's see. Because I think I have it on here, the Grand Theater. Where is it?
Adrian.
Adrian, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Okay, so where the hell did it go? I know I have it here. I know I have it. It's not that. That's not the one. Where the hell did it go? Okay. Okay, maybe I don't have it on here. That could be an issue. Because that was. Damn. That can't be right. Fuck it. I wouldn't be able to play it anyways because fucking internet sucks. Hey, Rochelle, how are you? Oh, let's see here.
Hello.
Let me see. Do I have it on? Oh, I have it over here. Anyways, okay, so we investigated it twice, and the first, like I said, the first time we wrapped up things. We had issues with a lot of the equipment
Mm.
during that evening. A lot of the equipment would not work properly. Okay.
Kind of like how your mom's not working properly right now.
Oh man, my modem's fucked. Once again, I apologize to everyone. The quality is in and out tonight because my modem is fucked. Just literally screwed. Okay, I think I might have moved it over to yeah, I might have moved it over. I'm hoping I moved it over there. Oh man. All of a sudden it just disappeared. Come on. That would not make any sense at all. All right, let's see here.
I did not, Terry.
You did not what?
He's asking me if I quit vaping.
What?
Terry.
Okay, here we go. Okay. And I'll play a little bit of this. I will just to give you an idea what it looks like inside the Grand Theater, where apparently Ambrose Small was buried. Apparently. Is it a reality? Is it fact? I don't know.
All right, I'm standing here.
Look how young Steve looks.
That used to be Ambrose Small's office at one point. He's now missing. He's never been found. I'm here in the theater, the actual theater part of the Grand Theater in London, Ontario. Hopefully, we will find Ambrose, or he will make an appearance. Ambrose, if you're here with us right now, maybe if you'd like to make an appearance, or let me know that you're here with me.
A fetus?
Yeah.
What the fuck? He was a virgin back then. What's this?
I think it's more of like a fucking sperm cell.
Yes.
He's the ejaculate that sticks on the wall.
That's fucking weird. We'll get time for this. It has to be.
I remember the very first time that we investigated the Grand Theatre in London quite well, simply because it was the investigation that almost didn't happen. And that was right from the get-go to the end of the evening sort of
It
thing.
was the interior.
It was marred in
It's
several
nice interior.
aspects. The organization alone was
Beautiful
just incredibly
theater.
crazy. Trying to get everybody out to do the investigation in the first place was hard because it was a Sunday night going into Monday morning overnight investigation. So obviously people had to work the Monday. So I mean, only eventually we were only able to get three of us to go out: myself, Steve, Linda, and Grant. And so I mean, the investigation was. It wasn't going to be a complete, thorough investigation. It was only going to be a small, sort of, I guess, sort of scouting investigation, if you will. I guess prepping
We'll be
for,
right back, Alex.
I guess, a more
Yep.
successfully organized down the road investigation of the theater. We got there finally and started setting the equipment up, and lo and behold, we started having problems with the DVR system, the recording system for the DVR cams. The motherboard would not recognize itself, which is something that never happened before. It was the first time this had happened, and highly unusual because I mean, it was there. It was in the machine. It was ready to go, all set. We used it, I think, a week beforehand, and everything was fine. Fine. And for some reason, we could not get it to recognize a hard drive. It was completely insanely crazy, mysterious. So we had to go low tech. Obviously, we weren't able to have our surveillance cameras for that investigation. Um, it just seemed a lot of strange things happened that evening. Very unusual things, from strange sounds to just problems with technical problems with some of the equipment throughout the night. We wrapped up finally. I think we were there for about 2 or 3 hours. And we wrapped things up, packed the car, and started driving down Dundas towards Richmond in London there. And I had no sooner that I'd crossed that intersection, which I had a green light, I hit a cop car. A cop car had just shot right by me. I saw it at the very last second, and I mean, it was just like a white streak in front of the the dashboard sort of thing. Bang! It was just so real, surreal. Sorry, that I just had no time. My car was a complete write-off, and thankfully we were okay. That mess was thankfully sorted out, barring some difficulties and a lot of red tape, but it was sorted out. But I couldn't help but think, and I'm sure the guys, Linda and Grant, who were involved as well, probably have this running through their head too, at one point, anyways. That was this the curse of Ambrose Small, the former owner of the Grand Theatre, who went missing. Some say he's buried within the walls of one of his theaters. I don't know, but it just seems so odd. That's I'm not saying it's impossible that something like this would happen, but it was just mysteriously odd the way it happened.
It was odd.
Basically, going back and thinking about that, going into this latest investigation, which we just did this past May of 2011.
So did you hear about what
it
happened?
pretty much set the bar, the tone for this investigation, which was a lot fuller.
You're muted.
Not quite
You're talking about the
as
police
intense
incident?
as that was, and thankfully
The accident
no
after the
crazy
investigation.
incidents happened
Yeah,
at this,
Pretty
like
fucked
in
up,
terms
eh?
of
yeah.
life-threatening incidents, such as the car accident that we had at the end of the last investigation. So, just some thoughts about this place. Once again, this is an ongoing investigation. Second
trip there, we plan to revisit again because I mean it is a massive place and it's full of intriguing aspects. What they are, we continue to search for
Who
those.
owns that theater now?
Who owns it?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you offhand. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been there. And I think it's probably since changed. I know.
I don't know if you see it or you can hear everything coming through here.
Yeah, no, I heard you guys earlier.
Yeah.
You can hear it coming
Must
through
be
there.
you too.
You can hear it through that vent. It carries all the way
Are
through.
you guys clicking? And...
Hey guys. Okay, we've got a vent here that is carrying noise really good. So what I need you guys to do is maybe talk a little loud for the next couple seconds, all of you in the theater. And so we're going to try to basically hear if we can hear you guys down here through the vent. And if you guys can hear us, okay? So what do you think so far?
Interesting location.
You're not going to get
So,
much out of Grant.
From the
No.
last time you were here, were you kind of nervous?
He's
Coming
almost
back?
he's almost
A little
like
bit, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, because of what happened.
oh
obviously.
fuck.
Yeah.
Got his
So-
name
so,
now.
Linda,
On the tip
let me
of my
ask you,
tongue.
So what do you think? What do you think? Do you think
I
we're
came to
going
us with the
get
woodlot.
something this time?
Yeah.
I
You
do.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. I
He's
have,
almost like, what?
A feeling there's.
Grant's almost like
couple-
I forgot the guy's name. He came with us with the woodlot with the drone.
Perfect.
Patrick?
So
Yeah,
Mark,
that's
what about
it,
you?
Patrick.
Your first time in here.
Patrick's more animated though.
Yeah. So,
He is
so
more
far,
animated, yeah.
Yeah.
Your first time being here with no prior knowledge. What have you been picking up on so far?
Well, let's see. I was out here on that balcony, felt a little funny. I think that's where that man was that I dreamt about last night.
Mm-hmm.
This one here, I went out to that balcony and I didn't feel anything at the beginning, but when I got up to walk away and my back was towards it, I felt a drawing sensation like pulling me back.
Mm-hmm.
The dressing rooms are pretty active. There's a lot of activity in there. I can't even pinpoint at anything, but to me they seem like there's a lot of activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what, but you know there's something going on.
There's like a lot of activity in there. Yeah.
Well, hopefully,
Like a group of people
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. Yeah. It just seems that way to me anyway.
well, hopefully later on as we unfold with the investigation, we'll find out.
I hope so.
Mars and Krista here are both sensitive and can read into certain energies and stuff like.
All right. So just an idea what it'll look like from the inside. But beautiful theater. And one of the theories is that Ambrose was buried there. Now, is it a reality? Who knows? I mean, again, there are people who do know and have said stuff, but was it overlooked? You know, I mean, the whole thought that, wait a sec, somebody came forward and said he was fucking chopped up and then later fucking, buried in,
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of theories, obviously, right? The problem is when you have a scenario where someone disappears under mysterious circumstances,
Mhm.
you're gonna have theories from all walks of life.
I mean, the crazy thing though is his fortune was left
untouched.
behind, was untouched.
Well, it's not even it was left behind because if I just like I was reading the article today, a couple of the articles today. Good night, Stephen.
Take care, Stephen.
So when he sold his theaters, I think it was to a company in Montreal at the time.
Yeah.
And he received $1 million, which he deposited the same day he disappeared.
Trans Canada Theaters Limited.
Something like that, yeah.
Yep.
But he was supposed to also get an additional $750,000
Mm-hmm.
paid out over 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which obviously didn't happen because he
No.
disappeared the same day he deposited the $1 million into the bank account.
So wait, in we let's find a way that we don't have to pay him out for those.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's speculation that also that there was a scenario where he owed money to, didn't specify to who, but he owed money, and hence the reason why he disappeared. But that doesn't make sense because, like I said, the $1 million was in his bank account, wasn't touched, right? So since his life insurance, yeah.
Yeah, I have a copy of it somewhere. Hold on a sec. Let me look. Oh, I can't find it right now. I'll find it later. But yeah, it's well, she was later implicated as a possible suspect in his disappearance.
But they never laid charges because they never found
laid
them.
charges, no. And there was some sort of what was the deathbed confession or something? There was something about her. She had mentioned something before she had died herself. Let me just see if I can.
I don't think I read that part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd have to find it again. Hold on. Let's see. It goes right here. Okay, so yeah, router confession letter. Okay, so Teresa Small, Ambrose Small's wife, died in October of 1935. The majority of her holdings were given to the Roman Catholic Church, valued at over half a billion pounds. Sorry,
half a billion or half a million?
Sorry, £500,000. In June 1936, her remaining possessions were to be auctioned off. Ambrose Small's sister, Florence Small, presented a letter of confession from somebody known only as Router, who claimed
yes.
Who claimed to have been the murderer. Poor Ambrose was killed. Yeah, this is what I was telling you about. Poor Ambrose was killed on December 2nd, 1990, and I know the part of his body, the trunk, was buried in the Rosedale Ravine dump, and other parts of the body were burned in the Grand Opera House furnace. So that was the first, I believe that was the first, that was a theater that he had, literally started working at and build his way up until he actually started owning it. You will be surprised, my dear Florence and Gertrude, to learn that I am more responsible for your brother's death. God forgive me, Router. The sale, however, continued, and the letter was published in several newspaper publications worldwide, including the New York Daily News and the Portsmouth in the UK Evening News. So yeah. So I mean, do people? Is like, there you go. I mean, is that really a confession? Is that what really happened? And that's why they can't find him?
Well, maybe. But I mean, who's this Router dude?
Person only known as Router. That's it.
Yeah. It's funny how your router's having issues. Or modem.
Yeah. Fuck it. Chop it up into pieces and burn its trunk. Sounds like it to me. People decompose.
Now the Grand Old Opera in Toronto is a winners.
It's a Winners now, yeah.
That's right. That's right by the Scotiabank Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He owned so many theater. Hold on. Let's see.
That's interesting.
Let's see. A list of. Okay, so. Hold on. Okay. So I don't really get. So, the Grand Opera House in Toronto, the Grand Opera House in Kingston, the Grand Theatre in London, and the Grand Theatre in Sudbury. He also owned venues in Hamilton, St. Thomas, and Peterborough. In addition to the ownership, he controlled bookings for 62 other stages.
Hmm.
Wow, the Tivoli Theatre in Hamilton. Wow. Incredible. So, yeah. She's the winner now. Yeah. Exactly. But, it's kind of like, this guy disappears and his fortune is still left behind. So
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
obviously, the guy has been killed.
Yeah.
Has to
The
be.
funny thing is, one of the articles I was reading is that he was pushing for the sale to happen December 1st.
Yeah.
And the company that ended up buying it wanted originally the 15th, but then they settled and they basically closed it off on the 2nd of December. Right.
Well, I know he before he decided he was going to sell
Mm.
his empire, he had taken a trip to New York City and had found some information. And whatever that information was made him change his mind and come back home and prepare to sell everything off. So obviously he knew something was going to happen or something was happening to the fact that, okay, maybe I need to dump this before something happens. Obviously, whatever happened in New York City, whatever information that he was fed is a major sort of um, event
The mob.
that is unknown. I mean, it literally guided him into saying, okay, look it, sell. So what kind of, that's the big mystery, I think. I mean, whatever was said by whomever
Well, maybe
ultimately made him.
that rumor that he owed money was legitimate.
Well, I mean, think about it. This guy was a womanizer. He was
Gambler.
a gambler, a major
Yeah.
gambler, a heavy gambler.
He was.
Maybe he gambled away his empire, and he decided, oh well, fuck that shit. I'm going to sell it off, get the money, and take off. And whoever he owed the money to, quite possibly got to him before that can happen. And so I mean, there's all sorts of things. I mean, the guy was definitely into some shady shit.
Yes.
Hold on. What's this here? Let's see.
It was also, as you said, he was also a womanizer. Who knows? Like, maybe a pimp.
Pimp.
You
Pimp.
never know. You never know.
Hold on. A pimp. Hold on. What is this here? This is actually this is actually really funny. Hold on a sec. Hold on.
Ah, man.
What?
Sodomizing livestock.
Wow. Okay, I'm ready. Were we rolling? Grand Ghosts is the story of conjuring Ambrose Small with all the other ghosts that reside right here in the Grand Theatre. Every year they come together to reenact the moments of Ambrose Small's death, and in the end, one is allowed to be released. Ambrose Small would love this play. It is truly a vaudevillian spectacular. It's filled with daring do and wild rompery-roo. I think that's exactly how he would describe it. This cast is filled with special skills. We have actors, we have...
But I mean, it's obvious. It's obviously a big thing, man. That Ambrose Small was killed and somehow was associated with the Grand Theatre in London, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, but you don't really hear that though. I mean, a lot of the story centers around the Grand Opera House in Toronto. So why the Grand Theatre in London? What something surrounds that, you know? Well, of course,
sure.
it makes money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there must be a reasoning why, obviously. Maybe because his bones were buried there, like one of the rumors stipulates.
The bones. All right, we're going to take a short break here. When we come back, more of Ambrose Small and more. You are listening to us on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course, watching us simulcasted on our YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
I'm Richard Palmisano, the founder of the Searcher Group. It's a paranormal company, the oldest in Canada. I founded it in 1979, which not only makes me old, but makes me doing paranormal research and field work for just under 45 years now. I am also an author, researcher, and lecturer on the paranormal. I've written 6 books now. And I really enjoy coming on with Steve and Alex on Nocturnal Frequency Radio, as well as listening to the shows, because there's a lot of interesting guests there. I like it, looking at this stuff, because it opens your mind to other options and other alternative thoughts. And, there's always time to learn new things. So I hope you join us and come and see Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Thank you.
So let me ask you, what makes for good radio?
My 5 favorite songs all day long.
Play it again. No.
As many commercials as physically possible.
What? No, why would that be good?
Great music, great talk shows, no commercials.
Precisely. New Visions Radio gives you no commercials, no nonsense, just the best new music and the best talk all day long, 24/7, 365. NewVisionsRadio.com.
Hey guys, Kristen here, host of the Paranormal Girl podcast, a bingeable exploration and deep dive education about the paranormal for the skeptical believer. Some of my past season topics have included shadow people, Mandela effect, demons, and UFOs. Currently, I am tackling Bigfoot. I have been sharing this journey with my audience since early 2021, and I have learned a lot these last few years. It's truly a mysterious world out there beyond our perceptions, and reality is just not what it seems. I have also, since the start, met some awesome folks like Alex and Steve, and I've really enjoyed watching and learning from them and also joining them on their show. Their guests are always outstanding, their listeners are just the coolest, and these hosts are some of my favorite people. I recommend their show to anyone looking for an intelligent and fun conversation about the paranormal amongst friends. So join me on my investigation, join Steve and Alex on theirs, and enjoy. Now back to the show. You are watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio.
That you are. Thanks you for sticking around. And if you're listening on the New Visions Radio Network, welcome back. B says she did some research and she fell down a rabbit hole.
I saw that, yeah.
What about the story that he was found with no legs and injured? Yeah, apparently. So let me just pull it up here. The no legs was a the 1921 Damones mystery guy reported in several newspapers in 1921. A man was purportedly discovered in Iowa bearing resemblance to the missing man. The missing man being Ambrose Small. Private Detective John J. Brothy stated that the man who claimed was Small was a half-crazed crippled. He stated that he had been dropped off in Des Moines, Iowa, by an unidentified motorist who claimed he'd accidentally struck Small with his car, badly wounding him, that he hoped he'd receive the best medical care available. Brothy claimed that the man had a gunshot wound in his neck, a serious concussion, and both his legs had been severed from the knee down.
You know, typical stuff.
Yeah. He further stated that the man didn't speak for 3 weeks before finally breaking his silence, stating, "I am John Dowdy. I came here from Omaha. This is all I remember. So Jack, this is the weird thing because Ambrose Small's assistant was called Jack Dowdy.
Yeah.
Right? So it wouldn't make sense because at the time that this guy come forward and stated that his name was John Dowdy, the John Jack Dowdy, who was Ambrose Small's assistant, he was incarcerated in a Canadian jail for several months. So it couldn't have been him. So could this man have been Ambrose Small?
It's possible. Anything's possible. That's the beauty of having cases like this that, no one's ever found out what actually happened to him. There's no body found. Anything's
Exactly.
possible.
He's in the same field as Gotti. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And Lord Lucan. Yeah.
And what's that big union guy that they still haven't been able to find down in the States?
Gotti.
No, Gotti was
no, not Gotti. What's his name? Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. It's I know the name, it's just not fucking coming to me right now.
Oh.
Okay. Someone in the chat will know. I'm sure.
Hoffa, Jimmy Hoffa.
That's it.
Yeah, Hoffa. So he drifted to Iowa. If you ditch him, he will. I don't know. Strange, isn't it? It's a strange case. It is a strange case. It is. No matter how you look at it, it is fucked up.
Yeah.
It is fucked up. But hey, what do you want? It's Canada. You've got fucked up cases in Canada. You've got fucked up cases in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. So I am definitely gonna go with most certainly I'm gonna go the guy was killed. He was definitely killed.
He was buried beneath the permafrost.
Wherever and that's the mystery, obviously, is where he was laid to rest or whatever. Incinerated.
Maybe he was
whatever.
incinerated, yeah.
Whatever. But the fact is, everything leads to him being killed. Not showing up, money not fucking withdrawn. Because obviously, he was known in the past to have taken off for weeks upon months or whatever, and coming back, but obviously he didn't this time.
Nope.
I just think he was killed. He owed money. He was killed. But again, what would be the purpose of killing him without getting the money? Because damn well they want their money.
Right. It's just like the other angle of why would he disappear himself without the money? That's the other thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, are you saying we have a conundrum?
Looks to be that way.
Oh,
telling you, man, it was the pimp.
It was the pimp. Seeing he had a special hidden gambling. Well, yeah, he had a special hidden gambling
But
room.
the police have investigated that room. Like
they investigated it, but
Yeah.
he also used that for other nefarious things besides gambling.
Yeah. Like deep throating bottles of beer.
Back then, they were stubbies.
Sorry.
It's an awful lot of. Ooh.
Yep.
But no, I think conclusion wise, I think he was definitely killed. Definitely killed. I don't think, for those who, like to say, oh, he's out there. He was out there for many years afterwards, living the life in the Bahamas and doing this and doing that, whatever, bullshit. The guy was killed.
I'm just curious to find out, because like I said earlier, the deal that he had struck with that company from Montreal
Mhm.
was for $1 million upfront, and then
Yep.
$750,000 to be paid out over 20 years.
Yeah. Like an insurance sort of policy.
Right. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what happened to that $750,000. Because I don't remember reading anything about that.
His wife probably.
Well,
His wife probably gained that.
I don't remember reading anything about that part of it, right?
No. Take care, Rochelle. Nice to see you. Take care.
Have a good night, Rochelle.
Yeah, no, there's not a whole lot on that. And yeah, but that's the thing. There's not a whole lot on it. There's not a whole lot of shit on him, period.
Yeah.
He was last seen, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting case. Interesting. It's I wouldn't say unique because there's been other cases like that since.
There's a lot of
just
cases
disappeared.
But the reason why I figured bring this up is because you have the mystery of his disappearance.
Yeah.
And then you have the so-called curse of Ambrose Small.
Right.
Right. And that dealing with the Grand Theatre in London, Ontario.
Too bad there isn't enough information about the theater in London and Small. Like, I can understand. I can understand if he had started off with the Grand Theatre in London and then expanded.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could tie it to that. You could tie it saying that's his baby. That's the first one he owned.
Mm-hmm.
That's what got him to where he was and what have you. But it wasn't like that. It was the one in Toronto that he started with, and then he expanded.
But
so
there is a lot. He did spend a lot of time in the Grand Theatre. He did.
No, I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just what I'm trying to figure out is there's not enough information aside from spending a lot of time there. He also spent a lot of time in the one in Toronto. The point is,
mm-hmm.
if he had started off in London, you could argue, because we don't know any better, obviously, but you could argue that he had a unique attachment to that place. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right now, you can't really argue that because, like I said, he spent a lot of time there, but he also spent a lot of time in one in Toronto as well. So it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of weird how that happens unless something unique happened at the Grand Theatre in London then that we haven't been able to unearth yet.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, after the investigation that we had there and the event that unfolded afterwards, driving home and getting into that accident, and literally if I had been going a tad faster, I would have been T-boned.
Right.
I would have been gone. I wouldn't be here. I really would not be here today. That the cop ran the red light, didn't have any fucking cherries on, It turned out he was a newbie, he was a rookie,
Mm.
and they were hiding that fact that he fucked up.
Yeah, of course they were.
They were, and they were afraid that I was going to sue them. And it got to the point where I was going to say, look, if you guys don't fucking start releasing the information now, I will fucking sue.
Right.
And I should have. I really should have. But then I thought about, okay, if I sue these guys, there's going to be backlash.
Yeah.
And you know damn well, you know how I know how it plays out. I saw it happen with my brother-in-law. You fucking go after the cops, then they make your life a living hell.
Yeah.
They really do. They really fucking do, man. So, I thought about it and I said, okay, well, just fucking release the information so we can get in. They wanted to charge me with running a fucking red light. That's what, and I'm like, no, I've got an off duty ambulance driver that was my witness that you ran the red light. I was going through a green light. I had the right to go. So you know what? Guess what? You're fucked. And they knew it.
That's why it's important to have dash cams nowadays.
Well, now, yeah, obviously. Yeah. But that's the thing. So I seriously thought about that incident and said, is this a part of the curse of Ambrose Small? It just seems so weird that here we were investigating the Grand Theatre in London, Ontario. And when we left, this happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it coincidence?
It's a possibility.
Do you believe in coincidences? Do you believe in that?
I kind of do. Yeah, I'm kind of like on the fence with that stuff, though. In a sense, I do believe it. I do believe coincidence can occur because it happens way too often.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But then you can argue against that and saying because it happens so often, it may not be coincidence. It may be something tied to something else. So it can go both ways, really. I'm not 100% convinced one way or the other yet.
Strange but true. Strange but true. And let me just tell you, the report that they gave back to the adjudicator was all blacked out.
Redacted, eh?
Exactly. And the adjudicator's going, what the fuck? You're supposed to be giving us this information and you're withholding it?
Yeah.
And again, so literally they were going to charge me, and then they down in the boxes where it says being charged with blah blah blah, it was all blank. So they initially were going to charge me, but then they didn't back it up by putting down so and so is being charged with this and this and this.
Yeah.
I would have fought it tooth and nail if that was the case.
Well, you
I would have
had
laughed.
to. Yeah, you would have had
to.
Yeah.
Fuck, come on. And they did not want me getting whiff of their fucking witness. Because they knew I was in the right. They knew it. Dude, I remember I fucking driving through the intersection. All of a sudden, this fucking white car comes out of nowhere. I fucking hit it, forced it into the corner, hit the fucking the street, like the traffic light pole. I followed it in. and there was like a McDonald's on the corner.
Mm.
So I remember fucking hitting, and I had two people in the car with me. The girl in the back seat, she fucking bolted. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Why would she bolt?
She bolted, man. It was really
Oh,
fucking
man.
weird. And then Grant was in the passenger seat. And I'm like, dude, are you okay? Like, my glasses had fallen off.
Yeah.
The airbag had come out. I thought the car was on fire or smoking, and that was just the dust from the airbag.
Right. Yeah.
But I thought it was. I'm like, fuck, we got to get out of here, man. Car's on fire, right?
Maybe that's why she bolted, but I don't know.
But it could have been. I got out of the car. And I couldn't see a fucking thing because I couldn't find my glasses. I walked over to the cop car, and I go, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Right? Like I just wanted to make sure he was okay, right?
Yeah.
Stupid fucking me. Cop goes, "What the fuck were you thinking? What the fuck? What the fuck this? What the fuck that? Are you?" And I go, "Are you fucking kidding me? You ran a red light. You ran a red light." And then all of a sudden, quiet. Everything was shut up. They were giving me such a hard fucking time because I had fucking called CAA to pick the car up to fucking tow it back to Burlington, right?
Right.
So I had to get a flatbed, obviously.
Yeah.
And the whole front end was fucked. It was gone.
It's like an accordion.
Yeah, it was fucked. It was gone. Gone. I found Linda, who was in the back seat, that bolted.
Yeah.
She went in to use a washroom in a restaurant, like a Tim Hortons or something.
Yeah.
And then, I go out, I go to use the washroom, I come out, and then I started talking to this off-duty fucking paramedic.
Good night, Adrian.
Take care, Adrian. This off-duty paramedic who saw everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, no, I saw everything, man. You're definitely in the right. You definitely had the right to go. The cop ran the red light. Didn't have cherries, nothing." I go, I know.
Yeah.
I fucking know. I'm not fucking stupid. I know what happened. But the only thing that was going through my fucking mind was that if I had been going just a tad faster, I would have been gone.
Yeah.
I would have been tad slower or whatever. I would have been fucking T-boned. He would have T-boned me. I would have been fucked.
Curse of Ambrose Small, buddy.
And that's what kind of leads me down that road. Was this actually a part of the curse of Ambrose Small?
Well, so let me ask you this question to find out if that's an actual curse. Did you ever end up doing the second investigation there?
Yeah, we did.
Anything happened after that?
Nothing crazy.
Then the curse thing goes out the window.
Why is that?
Because if it was really a curse, something would have happened the second time you went there.
Not necessarily. Maybe there was something that we didn't do the second time that we did the first time.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But to the point B was saying, or the luck of Ambrose Small, maybe this was meant to happen regardless, but because you went there, you're still alive today.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, you can look at it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glass half full, man. Glass half full. Unlike this one.
It's fucked up though.
Yeah, no, it is.
Regardless.
It's fucked up. Yeah.
Fucked up. you have a night where nothing goes right. Right? The equipment fucks up. That fucks up. And then all of a sudden you finish up. Did you attach to
Did it attach to another crew member? Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously another fucking.
Did anybody else experience anything?
Not like that, no. Not like that I know of. I mean, who knows? There could have been somebody with us a second time that they never said anything.
Here's the problem I find with this kind of stuff, though. There are people, and I'm gonna throw myself into that lot.
Of course you are.
Yeah, because I'm, self-deprecating. But so there are people out there that have a lot of bad stuff that happened to them throughout not big stuff, minor stuff, but continuously bad, bad stuff after bad stuff after bad stuff, small stuff that happens that you get so used to it.
Mhm.
And when something slightly worse happens, you just chalk it up to some, whatever. It's just my luck. You know what I mean? It's one of those scenarios.
My luck.
So to answer Gail's question, something may very well have happened to one of his crew, but they may be under that same sort of umbrella as I am, where a lot of bad things happen throughout their lives that they just chalk it up to something that happens to them all the time.
I've never seen a ghost. What the fuck? Ghosts
exactly.
don't like me. I deter ghosts. Is that
one
the
woman still
running?
running?
Quite possibly. Who the fuck knows?
I'm sure she reached China by now.
Yeah, I don't think so. She's no longer in the group, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you if she's still running. Maybe Ambrose gambled your life, and you won with a small. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go. Good point, Neil. Yeah. It's
Funny
scary,
stuff.
but it, regardless of how people view it or what you think, it makes you think.
Of course it does.
Here is supposed curse behind this. The Grand Theater. Is that something that we experienced? I don't know. All I know is it was definitely life-changing. That was definitely an experience that I would never want again. Very intense.
Just
very
not with a cop anyway.
Very fucked. Yeah, very fucked up. And the fact that it was a cop obviously heightens it even more. Have you ever had anything like that ever happen before?
Not to that extent, no.
Isn't that fucked up?
It is fucked up.
I mean,
like I've gotten into accidents. Like I've had two incidents where I've been rear-ended.
Yeah.
Right. Nothing major, mind you, but enough to like piss me off. Right. Like the car wasn't totaled. If that's like there's one time this is going way, way, way back.
Yeah.
When I had my first car, the Jetta, in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Adelaide Street in Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
right, and I was waiting to make a right turn onto John Street. I don't know if you're familiar with that area, but anyway, it's downtown, right in the thick of the city, right? And I was at the red light, waiting to make the right-hand turn, and some drunk idiot on the other lane decides to do a lane change when I'm there. I'm in the fucking lane. Right? He hits the rear end of my car. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? And it was a young kid coming back from the clubs. This is at the time when all the nightclubs are down in Adelaide and Richmond Street and what have you, right? So when he got out of the car and we were exchanging information, he was driving his dad's Escalade. You could smell the alcohol on his breath.
Is this when you had the Mazda?
No. I had the Jetta.
Jetta.
Volkswagen Jetta. That was my
Oh,
first
yeah.
car.
Okay.
And you could smell the alcohol in this kid's breath, right? He was like around my age, early 20s.
Yeah.
So he's begging me not to call the cops, obviously, because he's fucking drunk.
He's drunk, yeah.
But so that was it. Anyway, his dad ended up paying for the damages for the car and what have you. And I got the car fixed. And what have you.
Of course. Keep
And
it
then
up.
the second
Keep it up.
time, again, waiting at a red light, waiting to make a right turn. When I was living up in Maple after Lisa and I were married after a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I was on Major Mackenzie. Sorry, I was on the off ramp from the 400 onto Major Mackenzie, waiting to make the right.
Good night, Michael.
Good night, Mike. And again, I get rear-ended by this fucking guy driving a cube van. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, those are the only 2 accidents I've ever gotten in my life.
Yeah.
And they were both rear-end jobs. I know
Yeah.
that sounds bad.
Rear end
But,
jobs, yeah.
There you go.
But I mean, yeah. Wow.
So nothing severe, nothing like yours. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no,
Yeah.
Hey, you never know. That could very well be true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, why did he run the red light? He was a rookie. I know that. He was a newbie, and they were hiding that fact. I know that. They're hiding him. He's the curse, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But he was,
I think they're trying to hide it because rookies obviously are probably on probation, right? I don't know how it works with law enforcement here.
that's what it's the same. They will hide a new guy if he makes a mistake.
No, I know, but I mean, if you go to work for a company here, you're on probation typically for around 3 months, right? And I don't know if that's the same with police officers. If they're on probation for 3 months or 6 months or even a year, possibly, who knows? I'm not certain of that. But I think they're trying to hide it.
Either.
What's that?
Apparently they aren't either.
Yeah. But, it might be a scenario where they just, he's a rookie, he's on probation. You don't want him to get fired, so they're trying to hide that fact, right?
Yeah.
They got that sense of camaraderie within the police force.
Well, that's the thing. I've heard a lot of bad things about London police. After the fact. Obviously, after the fact. I mean, I did a lot of reading and research on the London police, and I found out that they definitely they were. I don't know what it's like now. That was like, God, that was
2009. You said, right?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, 2009.
Yeah, it's almost that's a long time ago. 16 years ago.
He was probably the boss's son. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that too.
You never know. You never know, and that's the thing.
Or you
But
just screw
I
in
know
there.
they it's not the first time they've hid stuff. They have, and they make your life a living hell if you resist it. That's
Let me
just
tell you
the
a
way
funny
they are.
story. Let me tell you a funny story. It's related in a sense because it involves police officers, but it's not related to your story, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't remember when exactly. I was in my 30s, so close to 20 years ago. Showing my
Close
age.
to 20 years ago.
Well, depending on I can't remember which stage of my 30s.
Wait a
whether
sec.
it was early,
you
mid,
were
or late.
you were in your 30s when you started doing this show?
Yeah. I was in my 30s. So, yeah, exactly. Gil's laughing at me. Shut up. Anyway, so this cafe I was used to go to near my old house in Toronto. It was a Italian social club.
Yeah.
Right. And for some odd reason,
Italian social club. Oh,
yeah. Go figure, right?
Yeah.
But no, what made it interesting was that the 13 division, which is the police department that's right there on Eglinton and Allen Road, decided to have their Christmas party at that Italian social club.
Yeah.
Okay. So I found out because I knew the owner. I found out from the owner that they had told them before they agreed to do it that they had tapped their phone lines and monitored them to make sure that there was no illegal activity going on.
Yeah.
That's number one. I'm like, okay. So they closed down for the night to have this police, 13 division Christmas party only. So I couldn't go there for a coffee like I usually go. I used to go like after dinner. I used to go there with a buddy of mine and whatever. So we made other plans. Well, no. Towards the end of the night, I called George. That was the owner's name. I go, George, are they still there? And he's like, yeah, they're about to leave. You can come by for a coffee. So I went by. There was still a few stragglers, a few cops.
Stragglers.
Right?
Do we have stragglers?
Yeah. So I went in. I went in there.
Yeah.
Had my coffee, and I saw these cops. They were drunk. One on-duty officer came in. He was wearing the uniform and anything to warn all of them that not to take the Allen Road because OPP, the Ontario Provincial Police, had set up RIDE.
Right. Yeah. Go figure.
Right.
Yep.
So the on-duty officer came in to warn all his
Hey, Gareth.
All his comrades, if you will. No, don't take the Allen Road, man. You get
Toledo,
stopped by
no.
OPP RIDE, right? And then that's one funny thing. The other funny thing is that one other cop, obviously not on duty, buys a beer, sticks it in his inside pocket, and walks out.
Kill saying, "Oh shit! It became an IHOP at 2 a.m."
It's hilarious. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, right?
But
Go figure.
The point of that long-winded story is to show the corruption.
Oh well, hey, everybody knows. Everybody knows,
Yeah.
right?
But I mean, this is something that's like, okay, this corruption, and then there's corruption, right? There's the really big corruption that goes on, but then there's also the small stuff like this where an on-duty officer comes in to warn
petty corruption,
right? It comes in and says, "Oh, don't take the Allen Road." There's like rides set up by OPP. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm a civilian. I'm there. I'm like, that's not right. And then I see the other cop putting a beer.
Right is not right. You can just cost me $100.
It's like that's not right either.
Pulled me over and gave me $100 ticket.
Yeah, I got a parking ticket here. Can you guys take care of it?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. You gotta love it.
Yeah,
and yeah, it all stems to what we were saying. My issue that I had with, after the fact, dealing with a cop, hitting a cop.
Yep.
And what was it, in fact, the curse of Ambrose Small? We will never know, but
nope.
Whatever. Here we go. The collapse of the internet again. Let me just see here. Oh yeah, pixelated. I should be in the movie. Yeah. Pixelated. Look, we've all stolen from where we. Yeah,
they just steal lives and well-being. Yeah, exactly.
Take care, Neil. Always good to see you, buddy. Take care, man. Take care. Yeah, we'll go for a few more minutes and then we're gonna head out.
Yep.
I would say probably not because of the net. The net. It's fucked. And again, I want to apologize to everybody who's watching us here on YouTube. The lousy video feed. Again, my router is fucked, causing
not literally fucked.
Chaos. chaos. Again, if you're listening to us on the New Visions Radio Network, of course, you don't have to worry about this. This is a visual forget it. I'm not even going to bother with that. Representation of yeah.
What are you trying to say? Gail, we gotta get you back on. We'll talk more about that.
Well, you know, curses. You know what? Curses are weird. I mean,
I got a
hear
book
it all
about
the
that
time.
somewhere.
Yeah, I
got a book
know I
about
have a
that
book
somewhere.
too. Maybe Gil, you might want to come on. We could talk about curses all night long.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Have him come on again, and we'll talk about curses.
We love curses. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot.
There's
of
the
them.
Italian one right here.
Yeah, there's a lot of curses. There's a lot of curses. A lot of really cool curses. You know, that
the evil eye.
But that's a mainstay. I mean, everybody knows about the evil eye, right?
Yeah, I know.
Must be that evil messing with your feet. Yeah, no, it's my router. My router's fucked. It's shot. It needs to be replaced, and hopefully, I will get that done tomorrow. Hopefully. Oh yeah. Let's do a DIY curse episode. I'm up for it.
Anytime, man. You know what we could do? We could have. I watched actually their last episode that you guys did, Kristen and Gil. You did it with I forgot. Oh fuck! You know what? I've had too much whiskey. I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
I was just watching the one they did with the that game they were playing. That was pretty cool. Oh fuck! I don't know. It was a pretty. Gil, help me out here. What game were you guys playing? You guys were playing a game. It was actually really fucking hilarious. Oh fuck! And it was cool the way they were doing it too. Yeah. Perhaps Ambrose has possessed your router. Yeah, quite possibly, Tim. Quite possibly. Fucking router. Chicken, yeah, chicken versus hot dog. That's it.
Chicken
versus
fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, check it out, man. It was actually
I didn't even see that one.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I'm trying to find. Okay, hold on. Now this is gonna bother me now.
And by the way, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the Black Hat Report, do so, guys.
Yeah.
Do so.
Oh, the trickster one. Fuck, I can't remember. I didn't remember that. So I watched the one they did with the tricks about the tricksters.
Yeah. The trickster. I know.
So the video gets taken down. What?
Oh, the video was taken down. That sucks. A little too intense.
Well, depends on what you guys were talking about, I guess. Triple X.
Chicken versus fucking hot dog. Oh man, who does that? That's what I love about it, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, go subscribe to Black Cat, man. Go.
Absolutely, guys, do it. I love the fact that they grab stories that are like completely fucking unknown and bring them to light. I love it. Guys, keep up. You guys are doing a great job. I love it. Keep it up. And we always love having Gil on the show. We've had him on a couple times. Been a blast, and we love to have you back. Man versus Ghost was in here too. We gotta have Jared on the. If you're still listening, Jared, we gotta solidify a date to have you back on. Or shouldn't you say back on, to have you on. If you guys haven't checked out Man versus Ghost too, check it out. Really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
Jared's doing a great job with that. Thank you, Gareth, for putting their link out there. Guys, sub to their channel, please. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. And yeah, I think hey Melissa, you coming in at the last minute, Melissa.
What's going
And
on?
here I am with this shitty, grainy fucking video feed. Sorry, guys. Again, I am definitely sorry about the fucking video feed. My router's fucked. Thank you all. Just I'm just tipsy chat. That's the way you gotta have it, right, man? Tipsy chat. Yeah, they do a great job. Gil, does a great job there with that. So, awesome, Tim. Good. Thanks. And again, anyone else, please just sub to the channel. Great stuff they do there. I think that's about it, dude.
Yeah, man. I think so.
I'm battling with this fucking this router and the video feed. It's driving me nuts, and I hate it. I hate forcing it on people watching. So again, I apologize for that. Again, my router's fucked, and shit fucking looks like crap. But anyways,
I'm battling
until
with
next Sunday.
this.
Until next Sunday, we have to fill next Sunday out guest wise. Jared, I will talk to Jared about Man versus Ghost, having him on. If not, we'll see what happens. Until next Sunday, guys. Take care. Thank you all for popping in. We talked about Ambrose Small and the curse of Ambrose Small. What a fucking crazy fucking story. The disappearance of Ambrose Small. Crazy.
Yep.
YouTube being crazy. Yeah, I saw that. We were talking about that earlier in the show there, Melissa. Definitely with Joe's live earlier, like fucking 2 grand live, 4 grand live viewers. What the fuck? Joe was exposing his links. Guys, take care, everyone. Thank you for popping in. And once again, I apologize for the video feed. Those of you listening on the New Visions Radio Network, we'll see you all next Sunday night. Take care, everyone. Take care. Later.
Have a good night, everyone.